All right, welcome to today's Explainer. It's May 7th, 2026, and wow, do we have a massive lineup to get through. Today, we're diving into this fascinating intersection where shifting global economics and absolute leaps in cutting-edge tech are literally laying the concrete for our future. If you love seeing how the big picture all comes together, you are in the exact right place. We're covering everything from historic market highs right up to the very edge of the artificial intelligence frontier.
Okay, let's just dive right in. Here is our roadmap. We'll hit Wall Street's relief rally, why the old economy is still paying out, the shift to the autonomous agent era, how we're securing the AI frontier, and finally, the rise of Cloud 3.0.
But before we get into the weeds, I want to pose a question to kind of chew on. What exactly do fresh groceries have in common with supercomputers? On the surface, I know they couldn't be more different, but as you'll see today, these completely unrelated sectors are actually working in tandem right now. One is stabilizing our physical economy, while the other is launching us headfirst into the AI frontier.
Part 1. Wall Street's Relief Rally and Shifting Global Economies.
To really wrap our heads around what's happening today, we've got to start by zooming way out. Look at this number, 7,300. The S&P 500 just smashed through the 7,300 mark for the absolute first time in history. I want to emphasize this because it instantly grounds us in the sheer scale of what analysts are calling today's relief rally. This isn't just a tiny blip, guys. This is a massive historic wave of investor confidence pouring back into the market. But, what's actually driving it?
Well, here's your catalyst. We are seeing a sharp 7.8% drop in Brent crude oil prices. In the complex web of global economics, energy prices basically dictate the market's breathing room, right? So when oil drops nearly 8%, it just totally relieves the pressure on supply chains, cools down inflation fears, and practically gives Wall Street a massive green light to rally.
And of course, that oil drop isn't just happening out of nowhere. Investors are reacting directly to geopolitics. We are seeing active signals pointing toward a potential ceasefire in the Middle East, along with the possible reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. That strait is literally one of the most critical shipping bottlenecks on the planet. So, it's these shifting international realities that are the core drivers stabilizing our global economic baseline today.
All right, Part 2. Old Economy Still Pays. Looking at M&A moves.
So, while the broader markets catch their breath, where is the smart money actually going in mergers and acquisitions? You'd think it's all software and silicon, right? Nope. Get this. Apollo Global Management has officially snapped up a majority stake in Prosol Group, a massive French retail giant. And why does this matter to us? Because Prosol is not a tech company. They are a vertically integrated fresh food juggernaut. This is a massive, capital-intensive play directly into the business of moving physical, perishable goods from farms right to the grocery aisles.
It's such a wild juxtaposition. We're living in this hyper-digital, tech-heavy market, yet this acquisition proves a really vital point. Old economy supply chains are still these absolute crown jewels for private equity. Even as we build out this crazy digital future, the bedrock, real-world assets, like literally the infrastructure required to put food on the table, remain foundational and incredibly prized by the big institutional investors.
Which brings us to Part 3, the autonomous agent era on the Silicon Valley frontier.
Now let's flip from the physical world straight into Silicon Valley. If the old economy is stabilizing, the new economy is just accelerating at breakneck speed. Analysts are calling this the year of truth for AI. And the crucial point here is that we are totally past the whole novelty phase. The entire tech industry is aggressively pivoting away from those basic chatbots that just answer your questions toward proactive software that actually sits down and does your work.
The tech leap here is just massive. Think about standard generative AI, like Google's Gemini. It's brilliant, but it's prompt-driven. It basically sits there waiting for you to tell it what to do. Compare that to the new frontier, autonomous agents. According to reports from Business Insider and Bloomberg, Google is internally testing a new agent called Remy. And Remy is a game changer because it doesn't wait for a prompt, it is built specifically for proactive completion.
Honestly, you shouldn't even think of Remy as just software. It's more like a proactive digital employee. Look at these capabilities. It quietly monitors your workflow in the background. It manages your calendar, like actually anticipates conflicts and fixes them. It even files reports automatically without you lifting a finger. That kind of multi-step, autonomous execution, that is the new holy grail for Silicon Valley right now.
Moving into Part 4, Securing the AI Frontier, covering oversight and hardware.
So with all this unprecedented digital power comes the desperate need for some serious guardrails. The New York Times just reported a massive landmark agreement. The U.S. government is bringing in federal experts to vet models for major cybersecurity and biosecurity risks. And the wildest part? Look who actually agreed to this. Microsoft, Google DeepMind, xAI, they are all allowing their most powerful AI models to be federally vetted before the public ever gets to touch them. It is a massive, massive shift in how tech regulation operates.
And right as the software oversight gets locked down, the hardware demands are just going through the roof. Elon Musk's SpaceX reportedly just inked a massive deal to let the AI company Anthropic use its highly specialized supercomputing clusters. It's a perfect example of this incredibly tight alliance forming between frontier software developers and heavy-duty aerospace hardware. They literally need each other to push these boundaries safely.
And finally, Part 5, the rise of Cloud 3.0 and our new structural foundations. Let's pull all of this together. How do stabilizing economies, autonomous software, and these mega computing pacts actually reshape the foundation of business? Well, the Wall Street Journal nailed it. They call it AI creative destruction. We are watching entire, deeply entrenched industries get totally disrupted and rebuilt from scratch. Traditional brokerage firms, global software outsourcing hubs, the old ways of processing data and writing code are just being completely replaced by these new AI efficiencies.
Now, what's really interesting here is this new buzzword born out of all this disruption: sovereign clouds. Welcome to the Cloud 3.0 evolution. Companies are absolutely terrified right now of putting their most valuable, proprietary AI data onto public servers. So instead, they are dropping billions to build highly secure, strictly localized infrastructure, sovereign clouds, just to keep that data totally private. It is a complete 180 from the old put everything on the public web mindset of the last decade.
And that brings us to a quote from a financial strategist that I think just perfectly ties this whole shebang together. They said, in 2026, technology leadership is no longer about experimentation, it's about building the durable foundations of the next decade. Whether it's Apollo buying up physical grocery supply chains or Google unleashing autonomous digital workers, the experimental phase is just done. We are officially in the building phase.
So here is the final thought I want to leave you with. We've seen how the macroeconomy and these micro-tech developments are basically locking together to form the infrastructure of tomorrow. So if the experimental phase is truly over, what foundations are you building today? Thanks so much for hanging out and exploring today's source material with me. Keep learning, keep building, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.